Hey, how you doing, everyone? It's Suzette Speaks here, and welcome to another fabulous edition of the Suzette Speaks Show. Thank you so much to those who are in here bright and early. You know I like to start at 3:05 because I do it for South Florida. If you guys don't know me, I want to welcome you. It is a beautiful, beautiful holiday season here. I'm here to celebrate with you. I'm here to deal with your issues with you and all the wonderful stuff in between. For those of you who are just joining the show for the first time, my name is Suzette Speaks. I'm a TV host and an attorney here in South Florida. I want to welcome you to my channel. I'm so excited to be able to bring you, hopefully, helpful content that will help you to grow and to evolve and to get better from the inside out. I have gotten so many wonderful messages and feedback from people all over the world. I just got a new subscriber from the UK. Shout out to my folks watching from across the pond and all those here at home. I welcome you. This is a safe space to talk about the issues that many of us deal with that we do not normally share. And I know it can get uncomfortable and I know it can get heavy sometimes, but that's why I feel I'm called to do some of the work I'm doing. If we're all hiding and if we're all trying to act perfect and if we're all pushing out our best 5 minutes on Instagram and on Facebook and everywhere else, no one gets to really see the struggle. No one really gets to see the heartache and the pain. And no one really gets to see the person that needs help. So we're going to talk about an issue today. It's going to get a little serious in here. But before we do, I just want to welcome you. I see y'all already in the chat. Hello. Drop a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. It's been a while. I'm like, I got to dust off the rust a little bit. I feel like I got to warm y'all up so that the conversation is good and it's very interactive today. Welcome, Sandy W. I see you, Doug. Thank you for being here. Bravo, Sheila. Ladies, let's chat. I see you. Kim Charles, how are you? Welcome. Gaston's World, one of my fabulous moderators. I see you. RM was the first one in the chat today. I saw you from last night. She was dropping in comments. Welcome, one and all. Hey, Auntie Feifei, what's up, Detroit? In the building. I love you, girl. Thank you so much for being here and for being a part of the conversation. Like I said, I am a person that likes to deal with really deep, introspective topics that open up a can of worms sometimes for people. But the improvement that you get, hopefully, and the impact that you get is worth that sense of discomfort, right? So we're not going to, this is not a cheerful show today. When we talk about seasonal blues, I chose this topic with our special guest because of some people that we both had talked to and known in our lives that struggled this time of year. If you're one of those people, let me know. Sometimes when it comes to the holidays, we only focus on the cheer, and that's good, the family time, and that's good, the loved ones that we missed. Of course, this time of year is so special. But there are many of us that do struggle with this time of year as well. And it goes back to feelings of loneliness, isolation, particularly in a pandemic year like we're experiencing. And all the times, we don't know necessarily, how to communicate that to people we love. Sometimes when people ask you how you doing, you just say great and fine, and I'm well and highly favored, blessed and highly favored, and all that. But there's more going on beneath the surface. So we're going to talk a little bit about that in context of the holiday season, in context of seasonal blues, in context of I hope y'all are okay. This is what this show is about today. So we're going to have a wonderful expert join us momentarily to lend us a hand and do some unpacking. Y'all ready to unpack? Y'all come on and leave these comments. I want to welcome you from around the world. You know I love my chat. So please drop a comment in the chat if you're watching. So I know where you're watching from. And I want to welcome one and all. Hey, Kim from Dallas. Hey, Sun Breeze all the way. Yes, let's get it. Bay Area in the building. She says, yeah, another super topic. Let's talk about it. Yeah, we're not going to do too much fluff today because, like I said, this is a interesting time of year. We assume for everyone it's going to be, cheerful and joyful. But if you know, like I know, there are several people that struggle real bad with this time of year, with all the emotions. I know with so many people have lost a loved one, with COVID and everything, it hurts. It hurts. I didn't take for granted during Thanksgiving that there's people that are sitting down with family this year that they didn't have the pleasure of sitting down, or lost people from last year and didn't have the pleasure of sitting down with them this year. It's a real thing. And whether that person was lost, because of COVID, or whether that person was lost a while ago, a long time ago, doesn't make it any easier. So it's very rough sometimes on people these holidays. So we're going to talk about what we can do with those feelings and how we can process those emotions. We first got to acknowledge them. Who is with me? Y'all get busy in this chat. What's up? RM says the early bird catches the worm. That's right, girl. Thank you so much for all you do. One of my outstanding moderators. DMV Nation, what's up? DC, Maryland, Virginia in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Mindful Me Moments. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you. Thank you for the greeting. Appreciate you being here. I see you, Rebecca from Oklahoma. Welcome, darling. Thank you for being here. Doug from VA, represent. Thank you, Jill. What's going on? Me and Jill have become fast Instagram homegirls. Welcome, my darling. Good to see you. Thanks for joining today. Urban Lady, what's up? What's up? Brooklyn in the house. Thank you for coming up. I know y'all have seen the announcement. I'm trying to do a soft launch, but I can't do anything kind of small. Y'all know I'm coming up with my Patreon this month. So if you're interested in more deep dives, let's go. Patreon.com. December 15th is the big day. So I'm really excited about that. ATL in the building. What's up? Moments with Mickey Red. A blind guy, his wife, their life. What's going on? This time of year has various struggles. They say, yes, grateful nonetheless. Absolutely. A lot of emotion comes up during the holidays, y'all. And we are assuming a lot of times within ourselves and with our loved ones that it's always positive and it's always upbeat, and it's not always like that. My guest and I did a quick, prep call, and she talked about her experiences being a motivational speaker and an outstanding, transformational coach. And she has a wonderful program that she does over on Clubhouse. She does wonderful programs for women. Matter of fact, she has a huge conference coming up this weekend. She's going to talk about it at the end of the show. But we say that to say we serve kind of like a similar demographic where, there are women who are high achieving, and people, because I know I got a lot of men watching too, who are high achieving, who, oftentimes have a little bit of a missing link or a open wound, I should say, in their life. And I mean it metaphorically when it comes to like their emotional or their spiritual, their mental health and wellness status. It oftentimes is buried, because we are supposed to be the super women and men that have it all together, keep it together for our families, for our churches, for our friend groups, for whoever. And we're not often allowed permission to open up, to be real, to be vulnerable, and to say, wait a minute, I'm feeling some type of way. It's a real issue. I would say, yes, a lot of people do have this struggle this time of year. So I know I'm coming back from the Thanksgiving break like, whoa. But I was like, yes, it has to be talked about. It's timely. It's where we are in our lives, right? And I think it was very appropriate for my guests to suggest, this type of topic at this particular time of year. So I hope you guys get something out of today's discussion. I hope you participate. Hey, Dr. Keita, what's up? I hope you, sincerely, see yourself in the conversation wherever on the spectrum you lie. And maybe it can help you or help someone to process the holidays a little bit easier. Like I said, I don't know if I have all the solutions. I'm not promising that. But I know we could definitely talk about it, and we can definitely present different ways in which we can approach such a difficult time of year for many. So I want to welcome you once again. Hey, yes, we are Soul Sisters. Grandma of 11, long time no see. What up? How you been? I'm glad to see you in this chat. I want to welcome one and all again. So again, for those who don't know me, I want to welcome again, Suzette Speaks here, TV host and attorney, do a little bit of media, do a little bit of law, and in the last few years, got very passionate about women's empowerment down here in South Florida. I represent for the 305-954. What's up? Fort Lauderdale, Miami. And my guest is represented for the 561 today. What's up? Palm Beach in the building. And through my own struggles, through my own desire to find an answer for many of the questions I was struggling with internally, I started doing live events. I started putting together women's empowerment workshops workshops, seminars, and then eventually conferences. And it grew and it grew and it grew. And it let me know there are many more people out here struggling with the similar issues and the similar challenges that I have, that are, again, wearing a beautiful mask every day and figuring, you know what, I'm going to just bury this. I might cry in my pillow at night, but I'm just go to work. I might feel some type of way about things that have happened to me in my past, about relationships that have not gone my way, about, disappointments, about the struggles of life and living. And I'm gonna just go ahead and put my head down and keep it moving. But how many of you guys know a lot of these major events leave a little bit of scar tissue on us? It's very real. It's not imagined. And you can't always, I would believe in prayer, but just pray it away. Sometimes you must be given new tools for how to understand and process what has happened and how you feel about it and how it has changed how you think about you, how you think, and hopefully recalibrate, right? And release it. That's what this platform is about. Suzette Speaks Show, y'all. I want to focus on mental health, as I have in several of my past shows, healthy relationships, as I have. Obviously, we want to focus on spiritual, emotional growth as well. So that's what we're going to be doing it here and doing it on Patreon very soon. So I want to welcome you. Please subscribe. You guys already know what it does. If you want to show love, I'm going to throw the Cash App up there. Why not? It's the holidays. You know what we do. So welcome. And, let me know what kind of topics you want to talk about. I have a wonderful woman coming up tomorrow. Can't wait for her as well. But we got work to do today. I can't get to tomorrow yet. I'll tell you at the end of the show what we got going on. But my beautiful guest is waiting in the wings. She is a professional coach. She has her several companies, actually. And like I said, she has a heart for ladies who are struggling, people who are struggling like I do. So we're going to do some work today, y'all. How many of y'all have ever experienced the holiday blues? How many of you guys feel, you know what, before I bring her on, there's a story I just heard. I'm going to change the names to respect my friend's privacy. My girl called me yesterday and she has had several deaths. I don't know what's going on. Their family has had just several deaths in the last several months and then over the last couple of years. And she was just telling me about a relative, let's call it her uncle. And he was at Thanksgiving, happy dappy, doing what everybody did or what everybody does, and took his own life like the Sunday after. And it frightened me so much because I was like, Lord, people do this all the time. You could sleep in the same bed with somebody and not know what they're going through and the problems that they are carrying on their heart or the way they're feeling. When I think about how I see, we just had a recent school shooting and all that. But I think about how important it is to express how we feel for real, not for fake, for real. And how we can be vulnerable and expose ourselves. Even when it hurts, even when we don't feel comfortable, even when it feels like, oh my gosh, they're going to judge me. But I would just like to just preface this conversation by saying, if you feel like this, there are ways in which you can get help both through this platform, but, one-on-one, to speak those things that you've never spoken, to express those things that you've never been able to say, to get that pain that you're carrying off of you. You don't have to carry it by yourself. So as we talk today, I just remember all those people watching now, watching the replay. If you guys would share it with someone who might need to hear this, it's so important that we really talk, really talk, so that there are people who, like us, not them, us, who have these struggles can openly and, lovingly be heard. Y'all ready? Drop these comments. Get them likes up. Get them up. I'm not, hello. First of all, we already know this is going to help people. So go ahead and hit the like button. Let me read a few more hellos. And then let's start off. Hey, Ayo, welcome. I appreciate it. Got the yellow going. I was like, I need to be bright, even though conversation may get a little heavy. Let me put on some yellow to signify there is sunshine after the rain, y'all. There is definitely. Thank you, Urban Lady. Please remind them. Oh, Queen Regina, what's up? ATL in the house. ATL in the building. What's good? Yes, let's get them likes up. I need at least 100 likes, y'all. I'm going to be sharing this, of course, across my platform. So I'm sure we'll get there. Anyway, without further ado, after a beautiful Thanksgiving break, we back, y'all. And we have a very special guest. I'm so glad she had the time on her calendar because she is so booked and busy that she could come on and share her wisdom. She is a dynamic speaker. She has been doing, similar to me, conferences, putting on her own events throughout West Palm, and just really trying to get folks to be, better, to evolve, to think big, to believe they are ready to take that next step, to jump. And she got some personal stories she's going to share, as well as some advice about how we can stay up during this holiday time. Without further ado, y'all welcome, give a warm Suzette Speaks show welcome to Miss Vernice K. Bell. Yay! Woo, woo. Okay, hold on, let me get her up here. Yay! Wait, bruh. That's embarrassing. Okay. Yay. Okay. One more time. What's going on with my mouse? Yeah, there she is. Yeah.
Hey, y'all. Hey, I feel so warm. I feel like we in a physical space right now.
Girl,
y'all
we set
just
a tone.
all the love. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Thank you for being here, my darling. This is a great conversation to have this time of years. I'm so happy you had the time and space on your calendar to come on through. So yeah, I'm really, really excited. So let me get the two of us on this screen. There we go.
Okay,
And I will everybody saying welcome, Miss Bell. Welcome, welcome,
Hey,
welcome.
y'all.
They
Hey.
saying hey, hey, welcome. So first and foremost, thank you. Thank you for taking the time out to come. And then I just want you to introduce yourself to the people so that we could get it familiar with you and the type of work that you do.
Oh yeah, I love it. I would love to. So first of all, thank you so much for number one, being who you are, Suzette, and showing up for our community. And y'all listen, okay. Miss Suzette, she represents the down south 954. What they got? 7682, right?
Yeah,
Y'all done
786
down there? 786 down there, okay. I represent 561, but I'm so
Hey.
561. I was 561 when it was 407.
Okay.
Okay. That's how 561 I am. All right.
Let's go, Palm Beach.
All right, let's go. But what I love, I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited about the space you're creating for women. I'm gonna just put it like that, right? The space you're creating for women, especially in South Florida, because we're supposed to be skinny, we're supposed to be beach ready, we're supposed to be all these things all the time, right? In South Florida. But so thank you for the warm welcome, y'all. I am Vernice K. Bell. I am a motivational speaker and a transformational coach. But most importantly, I like to call myself your big sister. Okay, that's my vibe. That's my thing because, baby, I'm gonna help you get through some things that a coach wouldn't normally help you get through. I'm gonna help you say some things and get over some energies that a coach might not even want to deal with because they just want your dollars, okay? And once you get to crying and stuff, you might not come back. But baby, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all that healing that happens after you go through a transformation. Oh my gosh, it is so powerful. So I'm excited to be here. A little bit about me. Y'all know I'm born and raised in South Florida, so I'm from West Palm Beach. I have heritage from the good old Belglade. So if you're from Belglade, I love you, baby. Okay. Thank y'all for all the warm welcomes. So yeah, I'm born and raised in West Palm Beach. I served 8 years active duty in the U.S. Army. I did several tours to Afghanistan, and after which I went to work for several 3-letter agencies in Afghanistan again. And then I went to work for a nonprofit hospital. All of this work inside of IT field. So I have a background in IT, and that's what my first company was launched 1843. But what happened when I launched my IT company is I realized that I was building these beautiful websites for people, for my people, right? Because they got these businesses, they got these shirts they want to sell, right? I was building websites for my people, but then they still weren't making money after they had these beautiful websites. So I said, okay, maybe they just need a brand strategy. So I started doing that. Then I figured out, no, they don't need a brand strategy, baby. They need a transformation because so much of who you are flows through your business. So then I started hosting events called Release and Renew. So it was so funny. It was so exciting when Suzette said, when Suzette said releasing, right? Because that's what I hope people do: release the old version of you so you can become the new version. But y'all got these things going on. Okay, you got Belglade. He says, "Uh oh, Belglade." Yeah, okay,
Never
that's what
mind Gaston. He always got something to say.
all right, you know what I'm saying. But you guys are so welcoming. I'm so excited to be here. We're about to have a dope conversation today,
Listen,
and
I knew I
hopefully
got the right one. I knew I
we
got
have
the
some
right one right here, right
transformation.
now. So there's so much in this topic, and when we were first, and this is the first time we're meeting y'all. We have been in kind of like the same circle a while, where I see her, and you kind of admire someone from afar, and she sees me, and it's kind of like it's wonderful that we get to meet like this. So in
Oh yeah,
real life, this is our first meeting. But I've seen her work. I know she has been a person after my own heart. So I always like to connect with like-minded women, and allow folks that I know really got some words and some life experience to back it up, to come
yeah.
on and share. So when we talk about the blues, if you
Ooh.
will, and the holiday blues, what comes to mind for you?
Well, first, to the people who are saying thank you for your service, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. So I just want to
They
say
saying
that.
the shortcut fits her way. Okay. Our gentlemen are very,
Thank
very
you.
vocal on this channel. I love it.
Okay, I love it. I love the interaction. Just like my clubhouse tribe, we got to get you there too. But yeah,
Yeah,
they
oh, for
they
real.
they just turn up. But
For real.
but oh, well, a lot of times the holiday season, and I know this sounds sad, but a lot of people transition just naturally during the holiday season for some reason. And then right after that, the winter season, let me say, like the winter is where even like the leaves are gone from the trees, they're bare, everything is in like I won't say death, but rebirth. Let me say
Yeah.
that everything is rebirthing itself during the winter season. And actually January is the highest month of breakups. So we
Is that
have,
true?
it's very true.
Oh my.
January has the most breakups ever.
Ah, y'all better hold on
you
to y'all.
know so like it's like we go through this season of rebirthing. So
Hmm.
that's when I get holiday blues. But holiday blues, not just looking at it, when I say rebirth, that's me repackaging it as something exciting, right? Because everybody like new stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
But what I
exactly.
really mean is the death of something that we want.
The death of something that we want. Oh, y'all hit me with the super chats already. Praise be to God. Thank you, Sunbreeze. I see you. Just
Oh
love.
yeah.
Sorry I had to cut in. Thank you
Oh,
very
you're
much.
fine.
Appreciate you. Grandma, oh, thank you. They calling me the Law Oprah. I kind of got
Oh,
that from a friend and it's sticking.
it
So
it
thank you
sticks.
very.
I love it.
Yay. I think they get clearly who we are. Thank you guys. I appreciate you
Yeah.
coming back strong. But as you're saying, yeah. So the season itself kind of lends to this contemplation of the old and the new, from what I
Yeah.
hear you saying. And people
Yeah.
tend to kind of like internalize that. It's not just what's going on the outside and the trees and the leaves and the snow and the whatever, wherever you live. But it's also you feeling a sense of renewal, and the upcoming new year also makes, I think, people go inward and kind of start thinking about who is boo, all of that.
Yeah. And so it's connected to so many things, right? Because I see the comment from Doug that says he used to get the holiday blues by his birthday being overlooked by friends and family because it was so close to Christmas, losing his
Mm,
grandmother on New Year's Eve. I'm so sorry. But here's the thing, right? People know how they feel, but do you actually know how you feel?
mm.
Right?
Explain. Mm.
Typically, when I say how you doing, you say I'm doing good, right? But what does good mean? Does it mean you're excited? Does it mean you're content? Does it mean that you're happy? Does it mean that you're fulfilled? What does good actually mean? Like, what is the adjective associated with the word good? And then when you feel bad or you feel sad, people take the word sad and they categorize it. I mean, they stick a whole bunch of other words in that category. And sad could mean I'm depressed. Sad can mean I just feel overweight. Sad can mean I feel unaccomplished. Sad can mean so many things. So when you say they say be honest about how you feel. I think people are being honest about how they feel genuinely, but they're just not emotionally educated. The emotional intelligence of how you
That's good.
associate a word with an actual feeling, emotion, an emotion which is energy in motion, right?
I'm
So
gonna elaborate. I love that. And I thank you,
yes.
mindful me moment for the pounds. What's up? We getting them international
We have
dollars.
pounds in the place. I love it.
Thank you. And Miss Kim, thank you. No comment, just love. Oh, I see you come. I'm gonna throw it up there. She says, thank you for that super chat, guys. I do my breakups in January. She wanted them because I don't want to go through Valentine's Day dragging through a
Ooh,
man.
child.
So is that the reason y'all know Valentine's coming? You like, you know what? Let me hurry up and get a new boo before it
Look, Miss Kim, listen, okay.
But Kim,
I
thank you
moved out
again.
all the way the
Keeping
day
it
before
real.
Valentine's Day.
Keeping it
Okay.
real in these YouTube streets. So I love the point that you're making. And I do think a lot of this has to do with how we in families of color process emotion or are taught to process emotion. Because just like you said, we don't necessarily have the same emotional intelligence that we have for other people for ourselves. So when we do say, as you just eloquently explained, I'm sad, I'm unhappy, I'm this, you are not necessarily honing in. And I've done this and I've had to unlearn that practice and learn a new practice of like, anytime I feel uncomfortable, anytime I feel weird or I feel off, I have to think what's going on in my body. Am I hungry versus my first one? Because sometimes I'd be like, am I hungry? That's probably why I'm hangry. The other thing for me is lack of sleep. I tend to stay up very late. It's a bad habit. So sometimes when I feel down and I feel like, oh my God, I can't keep working, what's wrong? It's mostly because I'm tired and fatigued. And I'm
Yeah.
putting all these other emotions on top of it. And I'm thinking, oh, something is wrong with me. No, darling, you need your 8 hours. So how about you lock up the laptop, stop looking at the phone till 12 at night, and actually get in your bed. And then tomorrow will be a better day. But I do think sometimes we're not aware of what's causing that emotion that we've described. And I agree with you. So we have to do, I call it like that internal temperature check, where you're
Mm.
not just saying the word, you're thinking to yourself, what is the cause of this? Am I mad that so and so hasn't called me back? Am I mad that, my boss didn't give me the Friday off? Or am
Mm.
I mad that, my kids got in trouble today? We got to pinpoint. We can't just stay mad or be sad or whatever and just call it that, because it's not usually kind of that broad of an emotion. It's coming from somewhere. So it
Yeah.
might take some practice to feel out and to know oneself well enough to stop and say, wait, where is this emotion coming from? Am I
Mm-hmm.
really mad with the person on the phone? Or is it something that happened earlier in the day? Am I really mad and yelling at that child and my kid? Or is it something that my husband or whoever said to me? We got to be more in tune, guys, and really develop that muscle of not just saying an emotion, but thinking about and really dissecting, where is it coming from? What is the origin of this feeling that I have? And I'm telling you, it will help you so much in terms of processing. And now, hopefully, next step, dealing with, hey, there you go, RM. My therapist calls it
Yes.
checking in with myself.
Checking
Exactly.
in with
Why do
self.
I feel like this? Right? Sometimes we don't stop. We just live in that word, that emotional word that we're describing ourselves as having. But we
Mm-hmm.
really need to also take a bird's eye view, step out of yourself if you can. Right
Yes.
now, you might feel that kind of way, but you have to really think, am I mad or am I sad because so and so died around this time?
Yeah.
Am I sad because, as you were saying, Doug, this is my time of year where I've always felt overlooked, right?
Yeah.
So we
Mm-hmm.
can peel back that onion a little bit more, guys, and not just gotta like slap the label on it without truly trying to address where it came from, right? That's
Mm.
that's so important. Where is the origin of this sad feeling? I gotta sit quiet, and sometimes you just gotta stay quiet and meditate. Listen to your thoughts, right? We
Ooh.
are not our thoughts. They're crossing our mind. We are not them. They're happening. So just listen to what's going on in my brain. What am I really focused on? Or what is my body and my emotion really responding to? I think it's kind of like the best way to address that. So I think that's very important. What you just said is very important. Thank you. Making sure
Yeah.
you are, what you said, checking in with yourself, RM,
Checking
or
in with
not
myself.
just saying an
Yes.
emotion. Check
Yeah.
that mental fitness. Thank you, guys. I agree with that. What else? What else comes to mind when it comes to? I know we talked about. I was thinking about my friend who just had a baby, and I was. We had spoke about postpartum as a part of
Mm-hmm.
um mental stressors during the holidays as well. And I know you
Yeah.
coach
So
people in that area.
yeah. So what happens is this. A lot of times we see it in our celebrities, people we idolize because they're in the limelight, because they're highly visible, right? You'll see them reach a peak of super happiness and then they just crash and burn, right? They're in domestic abuse, they're drinking, over drinking, they're next thing you know, and they're in rehab. Because what happens is it's like all the skeletons that they've packed in the closet are falling out. And
Absolutely.
typically they fall out at your happiest moments. They were like, "Hey, you too happy over there, right?" We call this it's your homeostasis, right? It's like, "Hey, you're too happy. I need to bring you down." And this is not other people. I'm talking about self. Self is like homeostasis is your natural ability to be happy. You have highs and lows. Hey, Kaya,
This is who wanted to connect us from day one. My girl
I love
Kaya, her girl
you.
Kaya. Hey Kaya,
Love you, girl.
love you,
Um,
baby. All right, sorry.
but you have homeostasis, and your homeostasis is your basic happy scale, basically where you are on a regular basis, okay? And so what happens is when you get really happy, it just jumps up really high, right? It jumps up to here, right? When you're super happy. And then when you're sad, you go down here, kind of like that's how you get that rhythm of life, like your heartbeat. But what happens is your body subconsciously just wants you to be on the plateau. So when you go up super high, especially too high, where it's a holiday season, all of your cousins that you've never seen, you haven't seen them in 5 years, you're like, hey cuz, what's up? How you doing? Right? And then you get super excited. Then the skeletons start to fall out the closet because they want some visualization too. Your body has to bring you back down to that normal homeostasis, that plateau of where you live. And so this is not a good or bad, right or wrong, God or the devil. Is not that kind of situation. It's just really that your brain is a tool to help you survive. And so homeostasis helps you survive. It helps you stay alive. So when you're too
Mm-hmm.
happy, then it's like, okay, let me bring you down. Let me bring you back here. Let me get you leveled off, right? So what we have to do, how you resolve that, because I don't want to tell you what the issue is without telling you how to fix it. How you resolve that is you have to increase your base level of happiness.
Wow, wow, that's deep. Yeah, I've never heard this. That's deep, y'all. Yeah, y'all can thank her. Yeah, that's deep. So let me think. Let me think about what you just said because I've never heard anybody present that. Hold on. That blew my mind in the first 5 minutes. Hold on, real quick. Let me just make sure I understand. That's very deep, y'all. Did y'all catch it? So what I understand and make sure I understand what you're saying. Oftentimes, our body wants to be at one level plane. Our spirit, man, our thinking, our however we are, all parts of us wants to be balanced. And then when we are very, very high, vibrating very high, very excited, very happy, the natural what should I say, reflex of your body is to try to bring you back down to balance.
Yes.
And you're saying the only way to change that from kind of going way into the deep is to bring up your natural balance to be more happy, more loved, more self aware, more whatever, so that
Yes.
your low and your balance is actually your happy place.
Yes.
That's y'all. Did you hear that? That helped me
Yes.
already. My
Yes. I got
goodness, y'all.
chills. That's
Yes,
exact. That's
I've never
exactly
heard it
it.
that way. Mm.
And it's the thing is like your uh, you can be really happy all the time, but sometimes that requires us to unlearn and forgive. And I'm gonna tell you, like we talked about, let me tell you about these holiday dinners when you see the person who did something wrong to you and you never really talked about it, and so it's still in the closet
You
back
want to
there,
punch them in the face. You see them and you want to
right?
punch them.
And you got this pandemic, baby, right? Okay, let's talk about the
Yes.
pandemic, babies. Okay, so let's paint the picture, right?
Y'all
So
not gonna be real though. Y'all not gonna be real. Some of y'all going to dinner mad. You already mad at who house you going in. You mad at who gonna bring the what. You mad at all this. And you
okay,
just had to go in and be, whoo, bless the highly favored, bless the highly.
okay, best and highly favored. And meanwhile,
You ready to
meanwhile,
she gonna say one thing to
meanwhile,
me, she gonna say one thing, and it's gonna be over.
it's gonna be a wrap. And
Boy, this
then
is good. Okay, sorry, go ahead. So
okay,
you
so so
sorry.
you're showing up to this holiday dinner, right? You got your best on, you're feeling good, you're looking good, you got your family with you, you got your newborn baby, right? You got your
Mm,
baby going with you.
mm.
And then you're going into this dinner where when you were little, maybe your auntie or your uncle used to pinch you, right? And you never talked about it and you never dealt with it.
My goodness.
Okay. And or uncle and them used to touch you and you never
Mm,
talked about it and you also
mm,
never dealt with it. And so
mm,
now here you are at this dinner and all of that stuff starts to masticize and it starts to
mhm.
come out. And so you thinking that okay, you survived the dinner, no fights broke out, everybody was okay. And then you go home and you take all of that energy that has risen to the top, your closet didn't open, Pandora's box is here,
My
and then
goodness.
going now you taking it into every day at work, plus the people at work getting on your nerves, the baby daddy getting on your nerves, the baby getting on your nerves because the baby won't sleep, right? And
My
you got all
goodness.
this other stuff going on. Of course you're going to be depressed. Of course you're going to be sad. Of
Yeah.
course you're going to have these blues. But here's the thing, like Suzette said, if your autopilot is on and you're not paying attention to those thoughts, it's happening in your background. So you snapping and you don't even know why.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of us are carrying these additional stresses, y'all. I'm Chris. I'm not fixing you no play. You go crazy self. But to the real issue, what you're saying is so powerful. When we have so many additional roles now, pandemic
Mm,
stress is its own stress, guys. We have to figure out
mhm.
how to de-stress. For you, each individual has to figure out how to de-stress from that by themselves. For me, it's outdoors. Parks are like my new haven. Walking and seeing green, walking by that water, putting my feet in the water at the beach. I didn't go to the beach as much as I've been going during the pandemic. That's the South
Mm,
Florida thing. We live close to the beach, but we hardly go.
yeah,
We
I
we just like to know
know.
the water is there.
Yeah, that's the whole
We're like,
thing.
go to the beach. Why would I do that? I live here. So,
I'm going to
but
the pool.
exactly, I'm going to the pool, but why am I touching that water? But anyway, it is come to my attention that my own serenity has to be replenished just from the stress of like, oh my gosh, people being afraid of people and transmitting this craziness and not knowing what tomorrow will hold. That's its own stress. So as she says, we're compounding it now. We have a lot more responsibility and more people dependent on us and a lot of other things now happening plus the holidays. So when you walk through that door, you walk in that kitchen and they already going at it or they already said something slick or they already it only takes but this much to cause a whole imbalance, right, to shift our equilibrium as you described. So we have to
Mm,
be aware and we have to start to deal with those stressors ahead of time. I agree
yeah,
with you 100%. I don't think we can totally get rid of them, but we have to figure
yeah,
out ways to rebalance them before we even start to engage with other people. Because if you're walking in the door already tight and tightly wound because of all the stuff that you've been, dealing with and having, adulting is crazy now. You're
yeah.
going to now you leave yourself vulnerable to having either, a really disproportionate reaction to people or a hidden painful reaction to people.
Mm.
So we have
And
to
it
really.
shows up so many ways though too,
Yes,
Suzette.
go ahead, please.
And it shows up so many ways because you have dis-ease is a dis-ease. It's a vibrational dissonance. It means we're talking about that high vibration. When you're harboring those things inside of you, your vibration is off. And so when it's off, those things that are floating inside of your body, the all those medical terms that I don't really know because I'm not a medical professional, but it's floating around in your body. And now it has the potential to manifest into things like PCOS for women, postpartum depression for women, fibromyalgia for women, migraines, right? PMS. Like it has the potential to manifest into so many different things because of just a vibrational dissonance. Your body not dang on being able to vibrate on the scale that it wants to vibrate or needs to vibrate to survive. And so the way that it gets rid of these things is by turning into diseases to let you know. A disease is just letting you know that hey, you're not putting the right things inside of me. I'm a tool for you. I'm a vessel. I need a certain kind of fluid. I need a certain kind of dang on gasoline. I need maybe 97 and you putting in 82 inside of me, and now I'm not operating properly. I need you to do something different. I need a car wash and a tune up. I need you to change my filters. Your body needs those things, right? And when you're not doing it, It shows up in many different places. It shows up in your behavior, it shows up in your work, it shows up in your relationships. I think that one of the best things, or one of the best things that you can do for yourself to help start unraveling, how to get to a better level, increasing your level of happiness. I'm gonna say that, right? So the thing is, it's like when you turn next year, I'll be 40, y'all, by the way. I don't really tell people that, but I'm gonna tell y'all today. Okay, I'll be 40 next year. But what happens is we think that we just woke up one day 40. We feel like we just woke up today. Oh, I'm 35, I'm 45, I'm 55, 65, 25, right? But in reality, what happens is you have your infancy stage, then you have year 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, all the way up to whatever age you are now. Each one of those layers is jam packed full of memories. It has emotional memories, it has physical memories, it has spiritual memories. And so when you have negative energies, let's say that something tragic happened to you at the age of 5, right? Let's say you were 5 years old, and let's say something tragic happened, like maybe you fell down and broke your knee, right? You broke your leg on something, on a bike. Okay. And then you forgot about it. Your leg healed. You just know you broke your leg one time. It was fine. And you went on with your life. But now, as an adult, you have an issue with bikes, or you have an issue with other people riding bikes. What you need to do is go back to that situation from where you were as a child and deal with it from an adult perspective, because a lot of times your perspective as a 5-year old is not the same as it is as a 40-year old. So you have to go back to yourself subconsciously, because you have those memories. Don't act like I'm crazy. I know you have those memories, but you have to go back inside of yourself and say, okay, what was I wearing? What happened? What did I look like? And what happened to me? How do I feel about it? And then you have to coach yourself from this perspective. You have to say to yourself, you know what, you're going to be okay. You know, we don't have to be afraid of bikes. We made a bad decision, but we can do something better. And then heal from the inside out. That way, once you start getting to those super high levels of success, you don't have your skeletons popping out of the closet, and you won't have as many of your Pandora boxes open,
Wow.
right?
Wow. That's really good. That's really good. Y'all getting some. I hope you are. I'm loving this show because I'm sitting here listening and I'm trying to read the chat, but I'm still getting like, yes, that's really good, Vernice. This is Coach Vernice Bell. She ain't come to play with y'all today. She's going to go even deeper as we talk a little bit about how transition and being in a transition makes one's holidays kind of like uncomfortable. And I've been there, and I know you have been there when we have been transitioning into new phases and new places, and it's hard to sometimes explain them to other people. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. If you're going through a transition and everybody asking you what you're doing next and how it's going to happen and when it's going to happen and all that good stuff, sometimes transitions can be areas of that same discomfort. But as she just said, going back to the root, going back to the place that caused you to have the attitude that you have about something, and that takes some digging. What made
Mhm.
you feel like that? What first put that thought in your mind? What situation, what person, what interaction caused you to believe that you wasn't going to be nothing,
Ooh.
that you wasn't going to get married, that you weren't going to have the means that you wanted one day, that you wouldn't be successful, whatever that thing is. Getting back to the root of where um, you formulated the attitude or belief based on oftentimes a lie. As she's saying, we have to arrest that thought, pull it back, and dig it out, dig it from the root, and kind
Mm.
of re-examine, wow, this is where I started to believe that I couldn't do anything, with my life. This is where I started to believe I would never be as successful as my sister or my brother or whatever. This is where I started to believe I was nothing. This is where I started to believe I should be everybody's servant and that I shouldn't be able to do what I want for myself. There's so many terrible what should I say, tropes that don't serve us well that we hold on to. And many originate in childhood, And as she said, they imprint on you every single year. Every single year. And then
Mm.
you wake up and you grown, you're 35 or whatever. And you say to yourself, how did I get like this? How did I turn out like this? But we tend to negate the power of all those experiences and the ways in which we've all been, like I said, that scar tissue been left. And if
Mm.
it's not dealt with, it can get infected. If it's not dealt with, it can cause even more problems. So I think that's a wonderful reminder that it came from somewhere, y'all. The feelings that
Yeah.
we have, the feelings that we carry, came from somewhere. Hey, RM, don't get in grown folks' business. Yeah, it's interesting. The chat is definitely going back and forth. I see you. Mr. Untouchable, who loves, he said the South Florida weather must make us shine the way we shine. And that's
Hey, okay.
we'll
I
take
do
it. Thank you
not
very
disagree with
much.
you, sir.
He said, knows what you're talking about, sister. Thank you. Veggie in the house, in agreement as well. I'm so excited. Y'all talking about, yes, she's very true. Y'all get
Thank
we
you.
appreciate the love. Yes, my sister friend here is.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all so funny. Y'all so funny. But yeah, but the truth is in what you're saying is very powerful, because as small as that exercise may seem, that is a very deep exercise. That exercise
Oh,
is not one that should be taken lightly, because you might
definitely
need to
not.
journal it out. You might need to talk it out with somebody. You might need to like sit by that water, think it out. It probably will lead to some tears, depending on how you process.
Hopefully it
But
does.
the yeah, it will. Sometimes you need a good cry. Sometimes you need to
Yeah.
just get it out, because those feelings being harbored is stacking over
You know,
time.
you know,
Yeah.
only the strong can cry.
Mm,
You ever think
absolutely.
about how much like it takes it was a time that I went through something and I was like, I should be crying about this. This is something I should cry about, but I can't.
Mm,
It took like probably it was one specific situation. Um and it took about 3 days of actually really meditation and focus so that I could cry about it, because it was one of those things that I know if it were anyone else in their right
mm.
mind, you would cry about it. And I just could not.
My
Right.
goodness.
But it
No,
takes it takes
it
only the strong can cry.
listen, we particularly as Black women, girl, when we put that wall up and we not
Baby.
showing weakness, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. I'm not gonna be, I'm gonna be okay. Boy, and when that thing hit you across that face, like you said, in public settings, you better try to deal with it before I deal with you, because it will come for you in the
Yeah.
most inopportune times. You'll be
And,
like,
and just like I just said to you, just like I just said, it happens when you on this super plateau of doing amazing. And then the next thing you know, pow.
mm, that's a word. That's a
Like
word,
it just
y'all.
it just
Mm,
pow. And it happens so many different times. There are so many different ways. You could just look and see it in the public eye and see it. It happens all the time,
yeah. I
you
think
know?
you guys, let me do a quick reset. People have just joined. Come on in. Welcome. Well, yes. Thank you. Tell me, I freaking hey, we love you too.
Hey y'all.
Come on in, come on in. This is a great discussion for today. I was afraid the title might, scare some people off, but I think to one degree or another, many people can relate to this. And I do think, again, it needs to be talked about, because we sweep it under the rug. We've seen it in our families. We've seen it with our friends. We don't talk about it. And we know there are people that definitely have issues when it comes to the holidays. And we may be one of those people. And if it's not this season, it might could be us next season. So it's always good to know who we are and why we are and where we are, so that we can help others. If it's not for ourselves, help others in getting to where, like she's calling it, the higher energy, if you will, homeostasis. I love that. I love that. I'm gonna be trying to raise my vibration. Hit the like button. She doing work in here. Hit that like button, y'all. Subscribe, share, all of that, because we're doing work in here. Now I know you are a transitions coach, so I'm going to pivot a little bit. I was starting to thinking about our prior prep conversation, and we were talking about transitions and how transitions are hard, and oftentimes if they coincide with what's going on with what's going on in the holidays, our lives can be complex anyway. We just talked about added stressors, but one of them can be the uncertainty of a big move, of a big job change, of anything that is just out of the ordinary that's causing us, maybe forcing us, pushing us into a new dimension, new level, whether we want to or not. And we just, life throws you curveballs. So we're not always ready. Talk about how transition in your
Ooh,
life has played a role in your change of emotional, what should I say, growth, and brought you to new spaces,
sh-
even beyond the holidays and what we're talking about here, because I know you coach well in that area, and I know you have a
yeah.
lot of experience in that area of transition. Can we open that can of worms a little bit?
Yeah. So, okay. So there were two major transformations in my life that just like made me come out better, brighter, stronger. The transition of my father, um, and the last time I asked for a raise.
Mm.
Both very powerful. But which one you want to hear first?
Uh, Up to you, sis. I just know
All
we
right.
helping people. So I just, again,
So
my special guest today is speaker, coach, entrepreneur, just the person that you got to know. Visit her website. It's her name, vernicekbell.com. All her information is in the description. But I bring wonderful women to y'all because I know that there is some heavy lifting, especially this time of year, y'all, that we need to be doing and that we need to be aware of and guard against, and we need to know where it comes from and how to deal with it. So if you're going through transition, this is the woman for you, right? She's lived it. She coaches it, right? This is her specialty, making sure to help you get to the other side. So whichever one, darling, I'm intrigued. I told her, wait, I love to get the story right as you get the story, Scott, so I can get it answer or ask the
Oh.
questions that are in my heart as I'm getting it with you. So wherever you want to start, my love.
Okay, so so I'll tell you all about the transition of my father. So um it's probably, y'all walk with me, okay? Walk with me, be there with me. It's probably 2016. It's August 22nd actually. And it's the first day of kindergarten for my baby girl. So I have a 21-year-old, I have a 14-year-old, almost 14, and I have a 10-year-old. So she's going to kindergarten. And it was the first day. I was living in Virginia. It's August. It's beautiful outside. The trees are beautiful. I live in the county. Home is beautiful. School is beautiful. So we go to the school, and we her and my fiance at the time, um we go to school, and we put her books in the school. We put her paper there. We meet her teacher. It was so exciting. And then he left to get the other kids, and then I was taking her home with me. So we walk out the parking lot. Got my little girl hand. She dressed all cute, got a little barrettes in her hair, and we're walking, and we get to the car, and I get a phone call, and answer the phone. Hello. Hi, Miss Bell. I'm calling. I'm from Savannah Hospital. Your father's here. Oh, okay. Well, what do you need? Well, I just need you to come here. Well, ma'am, you know what? I cannot just come there. I live 7 hours away in Virginia, so you're gonna have to then go on. Just tell me what's up, and then let me know, and I can come. I can come, but just not right this moment. Well, I can't tell you the phone. Okay, lady, listen. If you can't tell me on the phone, I gotta go. Bye. Click. I'm so excited, baby. I can't wait to get you home. Can't wait to show your brothers your new stuff about your teacher. And phone rings again. Ma'am, listen. Okay, I know that you're in Savannah. I know my father's there at your hospital, but I need you to just tell me what's going on because I have kids. I can't just leave my kids and drive down there. Okay, well, ma'am, you're just gonna have to come here because I can't tell you over the phone because it's HIPAA compliance. Okay, I understand HIPAA. So just I'm gonna call my grandma or somebody because somebody's there. Hang up the phone. Click. Okay. Phone rings again, but this time it says James Davis. That's my dad. So I'm like, "Hello, Daddy. This nurse keeps calling me and she won't tell me what's going on." Hello, ma'am. This is the nurse at Savannah. Lady, why do you have my daddy's phone? Why do you have my daddy's phone? Well, ma'am, I didn't want to tell you this, but your father has passed away. Oh my God. Oh my God, y'all. Oh my God. I literally started screaming in the parking lot. I can't believe it. I can't believe my dad is gone. I can't believe
My
he's left
goodness.
me. I'm screaming, the baby
Mm.
screaming, the people in the parking lot looking around like, what is going on? I can't believe this. I just can't believe my daddy's gone. I can't believe my daddy's gone. It's got to be a lie. Mommy, what's wrong? My baby says, okay, all right, let me calm down. Home is about a half a mile. I can get there. Get yourself together. Get yourself together. Deep breath. Eyes are bloodshot red. Tears are running down my face. But I gotta get my baby home because I'm a mama first. I'm a mom first. So I drive and I get home. When I get home, I literally almost passed out in the yard. Like my ex had to come and pick me up and help me get into the house. That was August 22nd, the day my dad passed away. And from that day to the day that we had my father's homegoing service, I cannot tell you what happened. I can't tell you. I don't know. I know we made arrangements. I know I paid for arrangements. I know I did all of that, but I cannot remember what happened because I was just existing. So, buried my father. Then I just realized, what the F am I living for? Like, why am I living for? I got the house, I got the fiance, I got the job, but it ain't nothing. Is this it? Is this all I got? Is this all I came to get? You mean to tell me growing up in the hood, they said leave the hood, do this and all that, and life is supposed to be amazing? You mean to tell me that this is it? It's got to be some more. Because I'm sick of him. I'm sick of this house. I'm sick of that job. And I can't believe that my father just passed away. It's got to be something more than that, baby. So somebody going to have to show me something more. God, you told me that if I treat other people how I want to be treated, then that's how I'm going to feel. But baby, I don't feel it right now. I feel alone. I feel like my father left me. I feel like I've been cursed. I feel like there's nobody in here on this earth that understands what I'm going through and why. Why me? Why now? Why me and why now? What is next? What is there? And that I had that conversation with God in October. By December, I was like, listen, bro, um, this ain't working out. I ain't happy. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. And then in February, day before Valentine's Day, like the good ma'am Kim said, I packed my things. I put my kids on the bus to school. I packed my things, baby, and I went and got me an apartment because there ain't nothing better than a black woman with a job. You hear me? I had my own coins, baby. Okay, that's that.
Wow.
So that was my first experience with real life in your face. You can't deny it. You can't run away from it. You can't call your mama to get you out of this. You can't call the preacher and get prayed out of it. You can't call your friends and talk enough about it because he ain't no bad man. I'm just not happy. This ain't no bad job. They paying me a lot of money. I'm just not happy. You hear what I'm saying to you? That
Yeah,
was the
yeah.
first time that I dealt with transformation. So after that, I went through 3 months of no TV, no social media, no music, no processed foods, just me, motivation, just me, meditation, just me working out. And I came out somebody completely different, somebody
Lord.
completely new. And I was ready to transform not just my life, but the lives of others, because that was the hardest thing I ever been through. It was many nights. I didn't want to commit suicide, but there was many nights that I'm just like, I wish I just had somebody to call, somebody to understand. I just wish I had somebody I could talk to. And there was many nights that I literally just wanted to crawl into a hole and just wait for it to be done. You hear
Mm,
me?
mm, mm, mm,
So that was
mm.
my very first huge experience with transformation
There's
and
so
and
much there,
transition.
guys. I hope you guys drop comments or if you have questions for Ms. Vernice K. Bell. That period of loss, or as Grandma of 11 says, the grieving process, especially if it has taken place for you around the holidays,
Yeah.
I'm sure is a very heavy point, and a very heavy load in your life sometimes. And I think your example of, you know, for you hitting a rock bottom experience, made you also transition in terms of your thinking, and really analyzing if you're happy or not. Are you happy with the person you're with? Are you happy with your job? Are you happy with your life? Sometimes those very, very painful moments come so that we can awaken. And it's really hard sometimes when they come via these, life changing circumstances. But we are human. Death is a part of life, and it is something that you used, I think, to as a big wake up call, big wake up call.
Yeah.
When you went into your periods of, or your period of like fasting, that's real fast, like food
Mm.
change, environmental change, no music, no social media, prayer, exercise, getting your body, like you said, to vibrate higher, to get to a higher space of, being in touch with the most high, not having anything block it, not having anything, cloud or distract you. Do you think you would have been able to make that transition without having that fasting? Or what caused
No.
you to make you like, that's such a major change and shift to come out of, like, the passing of one's father. How did you know, or had you used that as a tool before? Or
Mm.
like, I want people to understand if this is something that they can use. So how did you know that was something that you needed to do in order to understand where to go next?
Um, because I thought I was gonna die.
Mm, mm,
Right. I literally thought I was gonna die. And so after that happened, I found out that it was what's called a near death experience. I love you too, babe.
mm.
Um what happened was it was called a near death experience through heartbreak.
Ah.
And so what happened was after my father transitioned and after the breakup and before the fasting season, um I was drinking a lot. I was still working out and working. I would go work out 5 a.m., take the kids to school, go to work, pick the kids up from school, come home, give them the TV, and I would drink. And then I wake up
You
in
mean
the
like
morning and
alcohol?
yeah, alcohol, some
Okay,
vodka,
okay,
some
okay.
tequila, some somebody until the next day.
My
Okay.
Lord, somebody can relate though. Somebody can relate. No judgment.
And I
Wow.
wasn't and I wasn't drinking at work, but I was drinking at night so I could sleep because it was too many, it was too much. It was too much. And I remember it like it was 30 seconds ago. I was standing in the kitchen. Now, y'all mind you, I went from a 5,000 square foot home, 5 bedrooms, three car garage, beautiful front yard on a quarter acre in Virginia to a 2 bedroom with 3 kids.
Mm,
Because I was not playing.
mm.
Okay. Because I didn't know what the best step was, but I knew what the next step was. So I went from a 5,000 square feet home to a 900 square feet of little apartment because I had to do something for me. But what happened was I was standing in the kitchen and I was getting ready to drink some tequila. I'd never forget it. And something inside of my head said, "Girl, you're gonna kill yourself." Literally, plain as day. Like it was my voice, but it was just in my head. It was like, "Girl, you're gonna kill yourself." Seriously. And I was like, you know what? You're right. And I poured out the vodka because if it would have been in there, I still would have drunk it. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm
I would have drank it. I think no, I
gonna get
think
this
it was
last sip
tequila.
though. Holy
Okay.
Spirit, I'm gonna get this.
Yeah, I would have been like, hey, like let me get this. But no, I poured it out and then I went through a period of transformation. So what it was is how I found it is found like people like Suzette who did motivational videos online. Mine was Lisa Nichols.
Love
I
Lisa.
found her
Okay.
online, and
Mm.
I went from, and this is how I went. I went from getting her book to watching her movie to getting her book to watching her free videos on YouTube to going to one of her conferences. From one of her conferences to actually, I went like general admission. So for y'all that need to go to conferences, general admission, don't no
Ain't nothing
shame,
wrong with
right?
that. I'm
I
in the
went from
building.
okay, I went from general admission to VIP, and then I went from that to being actually coached by Lisa Nichols. Right.
Wow.
So learning how to show up in my business and show up in myself, learn how to speak, all of that. But I'm saying that to say this: you can too. And what is for me is not necessarily for you. And so the reason that I coach the way that I coach as your big sister is because I'm not trying to give you my blueprint. I'm trying to help you find your blueprint, because what you went through doesn't look like what I went through. But what I did go through, I know how to help you to find your path so you can create your own blueprint.
Okay. So that is a wonderful point. So the voice came from
Huh.
somewhere. That's how I'm just going to say the Most High came and reminded us who we are, even in our, oh my
Yeah.
God, even in our worst moments, even in our brokenness, even in our deepest valleys. Yet the Most High is there to
Yeah.
remind us, to pick us up and to say stop. And like she said, it might not look like her cold turkey, get rid of everything. Don't talk to me, don't speak to me. I'm gonna be
Nothing.
about this. It might not look like that for you guys. That's
But
just
that
one
wasn't the
example.
intention, though. Let me say
Mm.
that. That wasn't
Okay.
the intention. The
Yeah.
intention wasn't to, I'm gonna go on this 90-day fast. The intention was just like you said, asking yourself, what do you need? That was what I needed. I didn't
Mm,
intend on doing that.
I see.
It was just like, okay, this is what I need,
Wow. And
you
I
know?
and I see some people, and I will ask because I see it. Yes, RM therapy does rocks. So fire, says Sunbreeze. I see you. Yes,
Yes.
speak, Lord. That's what I was. You ever heard that voice, y'all? Y'all ever what? Who is that? Is that me? That voice will wake you up and remind
Yes.
you, don't you do that. Don't you do that. God is
Not at,
still in
you
our
know?
midst.
You know.
So I want to
Oh.
ask you, and we didn't talk about this, so if this is off the table, let me know. When you knew in a relationship you were unhappy, what, because people are conflating, and I see a comment, I saw your comment, Sergio, whether a death caused you to leave a relationship or where you knew the relationship was already dead. That's what I want to just point that out, because I know there are so many in my audience that will ask, how does that relate? Was there a marriage or a fiance issue prior, or was this some kind of mourning reaction and it caused you to leave? Was there already an outstanding or kind of like festering issue that you had already felt that this might not be the right person, or did you just
Um,
need a clearing slate and he didn't fit in where you was going?
well, I think that it's two parts, right? It's kind of little fuzzy wuzzy was a bear. But um right, I love what Lovely P said. It made me evaluate, right? But there are two, thank you, TT. Um there are two parts. One is, yes, I knew that. And now listen, don't get me wrong, he's an amazing man, he's an amazing father, he's an amazing person. So let me say that about him, okay? But I realized that for me, friendship is very important. And it goes beyond, can we pay bills together and can we raise kids together? Can we be friends? Because these
Mm,
kids are going to grow up and leave. So for me, it was, can we be friends? And I realized early on in a relationship, because we ended up being together for like 5 years, but I realized early on in a relationship that we weren't friends. We didn't have similar interests. We didn't like it, but we were great parents. Like we were
wow.
amazing parents and we had no kids together.
Wow.
Right. But we were amazing parents. We were amazing providers and we were amazing to our other friends, but we were just, uh, we weren't friends. So that's the first thing, and I knew early on. And what the transition of my father pushed me into is what is important. Because like as a brown girl, I was taught that, okay, if a man wants to marry you, now you made it. Once you get a car, now you made it. If you get a degree, which I don't have, but now the colleges are asking me to come and speak to their students who are getting a degree. Okay, you hear what I'm saying to
Amen.
you? Then you made it. Or when once you start to excel on a corporate level, then you made it. Right. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm bad. I got this big old house. I got this nice little man on my
That
side.
rang.
I got this ring and we living good and I'm making my 6 figures and these people calling me. And so I thought that I made it. But what I
My
realized
Lord.
is that I hadn't made it at all. Because once you get everything, then it's done. It's in. And the purpose of life is to be a creator.
Mm,
Purpose of life is to create. So once you're done creating, see, the thing about the powerful thing that happens with friends is you always can do stuff with your friends. You always can create a good time when it's just you and your friends, right? But once you get to that place where it's just the end, it's just the end. So I'll say this to sum it up. Yes, I knew that there were issues.
They still on
Thank
your
you.
hand. He just joined. Thank you, Wills.
Thank you. But yes, I knew that there were issues in a relationship, but it wasn't anything that was vicious or malicious. Let me say
Right,
that about the
right.
relationship. It wasn't that. It just was I became somebody different, and he wasn't willing to change.
Mm. I
Right?
hear
He
you,
wasn't.
sis.
He didn't want to. He didn't want.
Mhm.
He loved where he was. I was becoming someone different, and then that happened.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. So let's talk about, and thank you for addressing that, because like I said, people will hear stories and they think their own thoughts when it comes to what led to what. So I like for it to come from you as to
Thank
where
you.
you were in your heart, and that
Yeah.
that was something separate and apart. It wasn't, oh man, I almost like lost it, almost died, a mental, spiritual death,
Yeah.
emotional death, and
Yeah.
therefore I had to just leave him and I left my family. No, 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 no. There was more to that story, I'm sure, in terms of
Yeah.
what as she has just described. Lovely says, yes, as you said, death made her evaluate. Yes, thank you
Yes.
for this discussion. We're thankful that you're here, Charles. I really want clear understanding of why women leave. That's why I know my man is in this
Mm.
chat, so I knew they already thinking like, well, why she left
Ooh.
that good brother like this?
Mm. You know what? Can I say this to the men too?
Sure,
So
sure.
going back to that postpartum depression thing. So postpartum, and I'm saying this to y'all, to the men, because there's a couple things like my homeboys will text me, my friends, they will text me and say, sis, some she just gained a lot of weight. Da 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 da. I said, bro, listen, if you take her to the gym, she's never going back. If you tell her she fat, she gonna break up with you. Okay, so what you have to do is show her herself, let her see herself. So take a picture that you've taken, print it out, put it in a frame. She will see herself, and she will change if she
Hmm.
wants to. Right.
Right.
But if you do those things, then I'm giving that to the brothers because they always ask me. So I wanted to tell y'all that. But also, postpartum depression can start um, 3 months prior to giving birth. So at about
Wow, I didn't
six
know that.
months, yeah, about six or 7 months or so, you can start to have postpartum depression. Yeah, and I don't know if it's called postpartum depression. I'm not a medical professional, but I know that the depression can start before the depression can start before you actually give birth. And then once you give birth, it can last up to 5 years. So you could really be in postpartum depression for these 5 years and not even know it.
Y'all better
And
listen.
so, yeah,
Wow.
and so men folk, uh like and we were having this conversation again on Clubhouse. We have some amazing dynamic conversations there, but some of my moderators and I were having a conversation, and it's like, listen, you can't buy your way out of postpartum. You cannot buy her amazing things. You cannot massage her feet amazingly. You can't do anything physical. You have to be there emotionally for her. You have to validate her. You have to come and take the kids and give her free time without her asking, so she can get back to who she is. Because by the time that that woman gives birth, she has no clue who she is outside of her kids. I'm
Yeah,
telling y'all, I deal with this on a regular basis. I ask women on a regular, what do you like to do? I like to cook. I like to hang out with the family. No, no, no. What do you like to do? I like to make dresses. No, that's what you do for a living. What do you like to do? And they have no clue.
they don't know.
They don't know.
Your identity gets wrapped up in your family, and you don't want to lose completely every part of yourself. Of course, that's a part of the transition to motherhood, but you don't want to lose your whole self completely. Thank you, RCC72 Detroit in the building.
Hey,
Detroit.
Detroit. I was
Life
in
is a
Detroit
journey
in
best traveled.
I was in Detroit in June. Hey, Detroit, what's
I
up?
love it. Yeah, I've been to the D. I've driven through the D. I'm not gonna say I've driven through the D. Life is a journey best traveled with someone that helps you grow. This is the most
Yeah,
complex part of, I think, love and marriage, because
yeah,
you're not the same 5 years in. You're not the same person 10 years in. You or him, not necessarily. Some of you may evolve together. Sometimes you are kind of like, it's almost like siblings. Some mature faster. Some mature, in different ways. So it's
yeah.
very interesting sometimes. I agree with you 100%. And thank you for the super chat. Thanks for holding up this channel. Appreciate you. But
Y'all
this is a true
amazing.
statement. Hopefully,
Which
you find somebody that allows you to grow and wants to grow also.
But I don't think love and marriage go together. I know people are gonna like, pow, why she said that, but I'm
Okay, come on
serious.
now. You don't said it. Shots fired. I don't think
Right?
love and marriage go together. Hold on now.
Yeah, they don't.
What do we mean by this? Okay, please explain.
Because okay, because when you think about love, okay, love is an emotion like being happy. Think about it. Sometimes you're
Okay.
happy, sometimes you're not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Marriage is
Sometimes
commitment.
love is some I like this thing that you did to show me that you love.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because let's just say this, right? This is our first time meeting ever, y'all. Like having a whole we had a brief conversation,
Yeah.
a whole conversation, right? So if I said to you, Suzette, I love you, girl. I just love you so much. I love you. Were like, okay, sis, I love you too, but think about it, right? Right?
Right, right.
Okay.
But
So
just a random caveat. I tell people I love them, like not a romantic love, but sisterly love all the time. I feel
okay,
like
let me
that's
tell you
something I
why
want to
though.
leave in the air before I leave anybody. So I think some women look at me like crazy. I'd be like, "Love you, girl," and they'd be like, "Bruh, I don't know you like that." So just as a me, I say it. I don't know why.
Yes.
I just say it now.
I'm
But
gonna I'm
okay,
gonna
but
tell
your
you, I'm
point is
gonna tell
taken. I
you
will look at you kind of funny.
I'm gonna tell you why though. You're gonna be like, ooh, okay, okay. So with love, um, there's no part of me that I can open up and take out and give to you so you can feel my love.
Mm, I
Think
hear you.
about that. Like if you love your children, do you have kids, Suzette?
I don't. I don't have any
Okay,
kids.
okay. If you love your parents, do you have both parents?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. If you love your mom and you did something your mom didn't agree with, and maybe your mom went off and she was like yelling or fussing, right? At that point, she still probably loves you. More than likely, she does.
Yep.
But it's up to you to believe she loves you.
Mm. Okay. Processing. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I'm
So,
there.
like, if I say, I have a car for you, and then you're like, all right, Vernice, where's that car? I'm like, oh, it's right here. I can physically give you the car. And then you can say, oh, you know what? I got it. I believe her because she physically gave me this car.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But with love, it's love is a choice. You have to believe and choose to believe that I love you, no matter
Oh,
what
okay.
I do,
Okay. I hear you. I hear you.
right? You
Hmm.
have that, it's up to you, right?
Mm.
Because I can't give you my love. I can give you cars, I can give you a massage, I can give you dates out as lunch as a friend, but I cannot give you my love.
Right.
There's no
So you're
way.
saying love happens by faith in a way.
It definitely does, but faith in you. How
Mm-hmm.
much can you love you? I cannot love you more than you love you.
Mm. Are you
Because
getting deep?
the amount of love
Mm-hmm.
that you
Mm-hmm.
have for yourself expands your capacity for love, right? So it's like I can't put more gas in your tank than your tank is. If you got a 10-gallon tank, that's all I can give you, 10 gallons. It doesn't matter if I have 15 or 20 to give you,
Yeah.
right? I'm talking about the bare minimum simplistic effect of love. Love is a choice. If you feel happy, you choose to feel happy. If you choose to feel funny and you laugh at something, that's a choice, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a choice. But the actions that I take, let's say I did something wrong to you, it doesn't mean that I don't love you. It
Got
just
it.
means I did something wrong. But
Yeah.
oftentimes people associate with
The
somebody doing
actions.
something wrong that it means they don't love them. That's requiring them to change. That is what's called conditional love.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love you if you follow these conditions. That's
Right.
why I don't believe that love and marriage go together. Now, I believe that you should have love for yourself and you should marry someone who has the equal amount of love for themselves, because when you come together, then that's double the amount of love, right?
Mm.
But if you have something else, if you have commitment to yourself, if you have honesty, if you have loyalty and dedication, then those things can help you build long lasting bonds.
Since I'm taking notes, you know more about
Yeah.
this than me.
Yeah. No,
I want to chime in, but I'm like, hold on, let me listen first.
I just,
Because I've never been
because
in
like,
love, so
okay,
I'm trying to see your application and your understanding of what love is. So
yeah,
yours is not love is an action. Love can be demonstrated by an action, but love is something internal. that I can't
Yes.
show you, that I can't put in a box, I can't give to
Yes.
you. You must believe that I have it and that it exists in me for you,
Yes.
is what I'm hearing.
Yes. That's
Mm,
exactly what I'm saying.
I gotta ponder that. I gotta literally sit quiet and let that sink in so I can fully get the meaning of it. I love it because I'm sitting here like, I hear you. I just need to digest. You know when you gotta digest and let it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I hear
Yeah.
you, but that's a wonderful point. I'm sure the chat is like, wait, let's go. They say postpartum is real. Yes, if you've
Yeah.
experienced, yeah. Yeah, Doug was like, why she left them? I, I knew immediately. I was like, they're gonna be like, hold up, what's I hear you. Men and women can't be platonic. I hear you. Yep. Uh-huh. Post means behind. Behind the delivery. I hear what you're saying, but she's saying there's studies that show it actually can occur ahead of. Think about it. I don't know. I have to look at the studies myself. TTOO says postpartum is real. Men really need resources. A lot of times is a lack of effort also. Okay, I hear you. The Will says, I just had a baby 5 months ago. Yeah, my friend girl, maybe it's not even, is a baby a month? Cute little girl. I got to call on her. Maybe I need to take her out or do something because I know being in the house and constantly, just diapers,
Yeah.
feeding, literally physically on your body can just drain you. Yes, that is true. You are creating a human being a whole lot for you. But I want you to get into the next story of your transition, guys. I hope this is helping y'all. When it comes to transitions, feelings around your transitions, new beginnings, the end of the year tends to spur that on. Even if it was happening before a little bit, by the time you get to the end of the year and the holidays, you really are like, whoa, I don't want to go into the next year with this. I want to change this from this. And you had another story about transition and how it transformed your life. Could you share that with us as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was working at this nonprofit hospital. Mind you, I'm building, they're making millions off of my assistance. And this is telehealth prior to telehealth prior to the pandemic. So I worked on a lot of telehealth projects working with Virginia Tech and University of Virginia and JMU, as well as Liberty University in Virginia. And they were doing a little realignment, a restructuring, creating new verticals, going to this different, I think it's green ninja or something like that, verticals in terms of how the business is run. So they were creating new management positions. So naturally, I'm like, okay, well, it's time for me to be a manager now. So anyways, I applied for the job and I didn't get the job. Now it were two interviews. The first interview happened with a panel of peers, and then the second interview was with the seniors, right, the senior directors, etc., VPs, etc. And so I did the two interviews, and so then I go into the office with my director. So I didn't report to a manager. Okay, I reported to a senior director. So that should tell you the level of responsibility that I had, right? So I reported to the manager. So I go into his office and he says, okay, let's talk about your evaluation. Let's talk about, this position that you applied for, etc. Right. And he was like, okay, Vernice, you didn't get the job. And I was like, dang, that sucks. That really sucks. Okay, but I'm a team player. Just tell me why I didn't get the position so I can go back and do better. So I can go back and do better, right? So that's what I'm thinking. And he said, well, you're really doing a lot of things really well. I'm like, well, if I didn't get the job, then okay, I'm fine with not getting the job, but at least tell me what can I work on so I can become better and get the job possibly next time. And he said to me, well, there's really not much. Just keep doing what you're doing. And it was disheartening. And I literally started to cry. Like, I didn't realize I was crying until I felt like the tear hit my shirt, right? And I know he probably thought that I was going to go postal in that place. Like, I didn't get this job. I'm real mad about it. But I wasn't crying because I didn't get the job. I was crying because I knew I had reached the end. It was time for me to transition. It was time for me to become and do what I was born to do. It's time for me to become me. And so I couldn't do that at that job. I couldn't become this person of me who I am at that job. I couldn't do it. So that was pretty much, Suzette, like the transition from working a 9 to 5 job to actually transitioning into full-time entrepreneurship. So that happened, and let me see. So the breakup was in February. I ended up applying for the job in like October or something like that. I didn't get the job in like December. So then I decided, I was like, well, it's time for me to go back to Florida. It's
Mm.
time for me to go back to Florida, right? So in June, I put in my 2 week notice, and they were like, "Oh, well, you can't just leave." And I'm like, "Yeah, I can." They were like, "Well, if you're gonna put in your 2 week notice, we need 8 weeks." I said, "8 weeks? The people I know just don't come back. Y'all lucky you got 2 weeks, because I'm really through with y'all." And they were like, "Well, no, we need you to train these people." I'm like, you out your mind, because I've been trying to train y'all this whole time I was here, and now y'all want my knowledge, but you can't get what I got because you ain't did what I
Exactly.
did, right?
Mm-mm.
So I
Mm-mm.
ended up, I gave them 4 weeks, and then I quit my job, right? Took my little coins, I had my little coins in the bank. I quit my job, and I moved home to Florida, and I slept on my mom's couch for three months, y'all. Now here's the plan. The plan was to stay with my parents for 6 months, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
by this time I had moved out of the two bedroom. I had a beautiful townhouse, 3 floors, 3 bedrooms. It was beautiful, but I planned on living with my mom for 6 months so that I could start my business, get my business going, um, and then buy me a new house, etc. But when I got there, uh, me and my mom at that time couldn't get along for 6 months. Like, we could get along, but it was her house.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
It was her house. So at about 3 months in, I'm like, I got to go. This ain't gonna work. So I took some money out of my bank, and I don't know how people keep moving from apartment to apartment. If you do that, God have rest. God bless your soul, because
Yeah.
baby, it was so many thousands of dollars to move in an apartment. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
So, but I did that. And then that's when I launched 1843. 1843 is my branding agency. And I've been doing it ever since. And that was August. I moved home August 2018. So I've been prior a full time entrepreneur pre COVID-19. I know we got a lot of them now, but
I
pre COVID-19.
know. It's amazing. So I think in that kind of, were you mourning that they didn't value you when you cried? What happened inside of you internally when you
No,
realized,
because it
wait a
was the
minute?
end. It was the end. It was the
Mm,
end, and I knew inside of me that I had to. It was time for me to go. Right? See, sometimes, like, y'all be asking, and when I say y'all, I'm gonna say we. Sometimes we ask God for signs, and then God give us a sign, and we don't listen. Okay.
mm.
Sometimes we say, okay, God, if there's something better for me, show me. And then it shows you and you don't listen. Right. And that was the moment that I had asked, and it showed. And I was like, dang, you for real, God? You finna do me like this right now today? Okay.
Yeah. For real, for real, for real. It's
Yeah.
a beautiful thing. I think a lot of times, especially when those things happen like during or near the holidays, it can really either, like you had, dampen you or make you stronger. Either you find a way to like pull out of it, and they tell my Vernice, your name sounds so magical.
Oh, thank
That's
you.
so sweet. Thanks, Sunbreeze. But yeah, it is. There's so many different responses people have. So we're gonna choose to find solutions. We're gonna choose to start a roadmap. We're gonna choose to ask for help. We're gonna
Yes.
choose to move back in if you need to for a little while. We're gonna choose that there are resources beyond. Sometimes I think people don't realize the amount of people that are willing to help them. The amount of resources that we do have. We know more people than we think we know. We have more people that care about us than we think we do. So you'd be surprised who is following you each and every step of your journey, kind of like what they say, kind of voyeuristically on this social media and other platforms. But that really not just because they want to know what you're doing, but because they really love you. So I
Yeah.
think it's an interesting leap that you decided finally to take, and had to find the resources, but there are often resources available that we're really not taking account of. And I say that to say, tomorrow my speaker is going to be women with big dreams and a small budget. I think this segues nicely into her tomorrow, because I know there's a lot of people around. I think a lot of people get depressed when they just don't believe in themselves and can't see their dreams coming to fruition. I think that's another big one. where
Yeah.
people automatically discount themselves before they even start. And I think
Right.
we're going to touch on how to make it happen tomorrow. But I think a lot of times, what I think I'm gleaning from that story is that you just have to make it. It's funny how life works and how faith works. When you start stepping, what they say, like, the off the wall, the stairs for, was it, oh no, was it Smooth Criminal with Michael Jackson, where every time he steps, like, the floor lights up? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? The
Oh yeah,
music
yeah,
video.
yeah, yeah.
Take it back. They say that faith walks operate in that way. So that if
Yeah.
we're stagnant, if we play small, if we stay in fear, if we stay, emotionally lower in terms of our vibrations, that's what we're going to end up. The steps are going to be, shorter and not going in the direction or going to the place that we ultimately really deserve to be. So I applaud you for that. What would you say to folks who are dealing with the fear the holidays bring, the looking back at my life as we begin to wrap up? And guys, I'm gonna 10 minutes. I'm gonna drop the link. Anybody want to come up and share a story or ask her a question real quick? I'm gonna drop the link. Y'all come on up. Be respectful, of course. We want to hear from you. If you do, you could just leave it in the chat box. But Vernice, what would you add to that when it comes to that transitions and fear?
So one of the things that I did, and this is why I host the events, is because visualization will actually take you so much further than anything. And so at the events, like I think we have maybe 3 seats left for this event that's in Miami on Sunday, but I host private events because private and intimate events, so that I can really help you learn how to visualize what it is that you came to do. And so visualization isn't looking at a picture on the screen, it's looking at a picture in your brain, right? Say apple and you see an apple inside of your head, you can see it, right? You know what I'm saying? You can see it.
Yeah, no,
And
I
so
believe in visualization as well.
yeah, so we use visualization techniques as long as scripting. So we will script the next best version of you. I mean, like, how does she walk? How does she talk? What does she wear? Who are her friends? What do you really want to do? And I think most people just don't feel like they deserve to be who they want to be. Like there's some, you know, force that's saying you have to be this person, when in actuality, you're in the driver's seat. And so, to anybody who's going through things like this and things that are about to transform, I want to say to you that, you know, in American culture, we are taught to be thought for. They don't teach you how to think forward. They teach you how to be thought for. So your whole career in school, somebody is telling you who you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to show up, where you're supposed to go, what do you got to do, what job you can work, and how much you can get paid. And then now we're just completely wide open where it's like, okay, well, I have a choice. Who do I want to be? I get to choose. Yeah. And so that's why I do these events. So I'll be in Miami on Sunday, doing the Quantum Leap Vision Board event. That's Miami on Sunday, and then next year we have 2 events. One, we're going to Jamaica for Master Me Mastermind, and we have one more location that I'm not revealing yet for next year.
Whoop whoop!
But
I'm excited. So you
yeah,
guys, if you're in the Miami area, this is a lady you need to check out. If you're in South Florida, period, or if you want to
yeah,
fly in, we accept guests. Like everybody,
yeah.
it does not have to be. We're so used to driving down the street, but if you guys want to come, take a little vacay. The ticket's cheap now. Post Thanksgiving, you guys
Hmm.
can come and check her out. Check out her website. This is going to be a phenomenal event. I love this. Thank you for the super chat, Doug. Doug says, "Can we have Miss Bell back again? Explore more of this love and marriage business." I think a lot of people was like, "Well, why wasn't they friends? If they wasn't friends, what is love? What's love got to do with it? If you be single, be married. Listen, my channel is not about relationships, but people apparently love when we get a little deeper on the relationship end because it's so interesting and people don't really know. A
Yeah,
lot of these things are not taught to us by the people that we love, our parents and whatnot. We just kind of figured it out. So
yeah,
when people have insight like yourself who have been there, done that, it's actually very, very enlightening. So thank you for the super chats. Yes, spirit sprinkles for you, Doug. Thank you. He like, no, I need you to back up on that. But yeah, what you're saying in terms of visualization and scripting, the only person I've never heard. I've never had a black person, I say it like that, black person at a conference do that. I've gone to white run conferences, and they do that, and it blew my mind. When I first had a visualization, I was like, where they just took me in my mind. It's so powerful.
Sis, let me tell you, I have literally like that is one thing that I aim to do, because I've been in a lot of powerful rooms with a lot of powerful white women, a lot of powerful white men, and I'm like, at some point we gotta do this for ourselves, you know.
Girl,
So like
that no.
you just validated.
You are coming down my street. You are coming down my street because I went to, you know where I went to in Palm Beach? I went to the Office Depot Women's Conference. Have you ever been to that women's conference when they had
No,
it?
no.
The Office Depot headquarters is in Palm Beach. And a
Mm-hmm.
lady who was over at the time, I think she's since retired from their foundation, Mary Wong, put
Mm-hmm.
on, it's my girl who used to do God, what was her job? She used to do like minority acquisitions and vendors. She was like,
Mm-hmm.
Sue, you got to come to this conference. She even let me, she was like, sit at my table, be a volunteer so you can get the discount. Because you know, ain't nothing wrong. You just in the room. I'm gonna get the
Yes.
discount and I'm gonna help, because it was very expensive. And then I go, when I tell you, that's really what got me to start doing conferences. I was like, I need to do this for Black people. What I experienced there at Office Depot, and then by
Mm-hmm.
way of that, I learned about this other lady. I don't know if she's even still in Miami. A lady named, a Spanish woman, she might be a Cubana, named Michelle Villalobos. I went to her conference. When I told you it changed my life. I was like, I got to do this for Black people, Black women. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
they don't, we don't, we were like sprinkled in the room, but
Yeah.
the power of the shift in thinking and the elevation of mind, body, spirit, emotion, all of that that came by way of me sitting in that room with that lady for 2 3 days. I was like, I gotta give this to my people. We don't know this. This is different type of
A1.
self development. Yes, go ahead.
This is, want me to tell you when I knew how powerful this was, and I gotta go, y'all. But I'm gonna tell you
Yeah,
how
okay.
when I knew how powerful this was. I would show you right now. I use it in some of my conference, my live videos now. Um, but um, I literally scripted my life. I got chills. Like I said, 5 a.m. I'm doing this, 6 a.m. I'm doing this, 9 to 2 I'm working, da 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 da. And I'm telling you, the day that I manifested that life, I was sitting and I was like,
They don't know, darling. They don't know.
oh,
I don't know.
like,
Maybe y'all do know.
oh, I was like,
I don't know.
or the
Y'all know
day
about
that
this? I hope y'all.
the day that I was standing next to Oprah, and I was like,
This happened.
oh,
Wow.
crap. Because I
Wow.
had
Drop a
this and I
comment.
wanted to
Type
sit
yes
on
if
her
you know about
couch.
this. Type
Oh,
yes if you
God,
know about
listen.
this. It's so powerful. Girl, tell them where they can find you. The conference is this weekend, y'all. She'll have, if you
Yes.
can't make it for this one, there'll be plenty of events. Check her out. Check out her website. Yes, it is real. Lovely was like, yes, I know about it. It is real. It is something you gonna make me do my homework over the next few weeks. That's what you're gonna make me do. And whether, I don't know if I can make it this weekend. I have a friend that's moving to Tallahassee. Her thing is on Sunday. I'll let you know
Okay.
for sure. But thank you for being here. Let people, they type in yes. Y'all know. Y'all, do you guys know
Yes,
about this? Like I
y'all.
said, I saw our counterparts benefiting from some of these conferences and things. And I thought, wow, we need this type of release. We need this type of
Yes.
elevation. And
And
that
we need to
became,
stop
funny
calling
enough
it
that you mentioned that.
spooky. It's like
Yes, I
people
was
are
like, it was like
being
a
not.
little woo woo, is what they said. It's a little woo woo, but I was really, but you better get in your
Baby,
brain and in
I
your
would have
subconscious.
woo.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, woo woo. This is a little woo woo. I don't know what's going on right now. Is this Jesus? I don't know. But I will tell you, it will shift you in a way that is so unbelievable. I did my first visualization when I went to Orlando and did a conference, a workshop there. And when the ladies opened their eyes, they were like, Sue, what just happened? I was like, I don't know. I'm just following what I know was done to me. What it
Yes.
did. My mindful me moment says yes. Write the vision, make it plain. I hear you.
Yes.
I hear you. All right. They talk about protect Vernice. We need it back. Yeah. Where can we find more information? Last call.
Uh,
If you coming up, come up. You gotta go. I will stay on for like a minute more just to wrap up. But if you have
yeah.
any other announcements you would like to make and how people can get in contact with you, you've been amazing, my love. Thank
Thank
you.
you, love. Thank you, love. We gotta have lunch too. But
Yes.
listen, y'all. I'm gonna say this in reference to love. I cannot love you more than you love you. I want y'all to take that and hold it. I cannot love you more than you love you. Okay, I want y'all to hold that. But also, you don't have to decide who you want to be in 20 years. Decide who you want to be right now. Who do you want to be right now? Dress yourself like you want to show up right now. If you want to be goddamn on TV in a movie star or an actor or whatever, be vulnerable with yourself. Stop caring about what other people think and be who you want to be right now. Tomorrow's not promised. Only today is. So you can find me on all platforms.
Y'all
Vernice
better
K.
come on
Bell.
now.
Okay?
That is her.
VerniceKBell.com.
This is she. She is, oh my goodness, phenomenal. Girl, I owe you one. Thank
Oh,
you,
yes, love.
Vernice K. Bell. Y'all see all of her information in the description. I know you got to go. We had said hard stop at 5. I'm going to stay on just to wrap up with my people. I appreciate you, darling. So
Love
many
you
beautiful
so
gems
much.
today. Love you. Best of luck, whether I see you or not at this beautiful December 4th and 5th conference.
Yes.
I have the link to her website, vernicekbell.com, and you guys can check her out. Thank you. Peace and blessings. Love you, sis.
Always.
Thank you. Thank you.
Peace,
Thank you. I'll talk
y'all.
to you
I
soon.
love y'all.
All right.
Your audience is so
Yeah, they
amazing.
like
Bye,
they
y'all.
want to talk. So I'm gonna stay on for just a little bit and get some feedback. But appreciate you. Thank
Welcome,
you.
love.
Great
Bye.
to see you. And thank you, Kaya, for making this possible too.
Guys,
Take
dope.
care, darling.
Bye.
All right, all the best. All right, y'all. I'm gonna give one last call. Miss Vernice K. Bell was here doing what she did. Oh wow. Getting me right in my beautiful spirit. I hope your spirit feels a little pricked and a little bit something new got tapped into when it comes to thinking about the blues. I'm going to drop the link one more time, my moderators, if you wouldn't mind. Drop the link. If you guys have any reactions to anything she just said, if you want to give a personal testimony, you don't have to even turn on your camera. You don't have to be on screen. You can literally just speak and let us hear your perspectives, because there's a lot that she said and there's a lot that can change lives in what she said, mine included, when it comes to she just reminded me of the power of visualizations and scripting. And if you don't know what that is, I've done that at conferences. I was actually thinking about doing it at my next conference, God's willing, that we can do in 2022. But those parts of us that we can control, guys. Emotions are just that, right? They're fleeting. You could be in love this moment, you can be out of love the next moment, right? You could be happy this moment and it can be fleeting the next moment. But what we can control is what we pay attention to, right? And what we give our time and energy to, right? And then also understanding where the emotions are originating. Does it come from a place that serve us, or does it not come from a place that serve us? And then how can we reframe? This is reframing, where it originated from, in order for us to make sure that we are, processing it and releasing it. Yeah. There was so much you said just now, guys. That last 10 minutes was fire. I'm going to cut that and put this on its own stream. But if you guys want to come up, anybody want to come up and talk about their feelings? Anybody want to come up and talk about their experiences, whether it be on the relationship side, when she talked about that big wake up call and transition, whether it comes from, a holiday experience or not. Transitions are important and they're a source of emotion for sure. So I want you to let me know what you're feeling. If you want to just drop it in the comments, let me know if you like the show. Let me know if you like this topic and our guest. Yes, I know she was fantastic. I see you. And we will probably have her back on Patreon. I just want to let y'all know. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Anybody want to come in the back? Let me know. I've dropped the link. Thank you, RM, for dropping the link as well. But yeah, it's very, very deep. You call it The Secret. I don't know. I'm just calling it what I know. It's a part of faith. I think The Secret is based on like a biblical, and you maybe this in the Quran too, and also in the Torah, but a biblical idea of belief so deep that it can only move the world around you. Like there is something that responds to faith. Like when they say the universe, I don't use the word universe, but I know heaven conspires for our benefit. I see you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Who that is? Who that is with the pounds? Yes, Trish. Yay! Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. All right. Barbados. Oh, you talk about Barbados. All right. Thank you very much, Trish. It is always a pleasure to do some work and have it, um, appreciated. Thank you. Because we're doing work here. I know y'all will see me law side through TLA for those of you who I met through the lead attorney. But I also have another side, this side, which is my empowerment side, understanding oneself side, building a good foundation from the inside outside side and understanding human behavior and why we do what we do. And then once we understand it, change it so that it benefits us. I know I needed that. And I realize a lot of people in this world need help with that. That understanding ourselves, understanding why we do what we do, and how we can better improve the outcomes by changing our minds, by visualizing the lives that we really know that we want and deserve, by getting rid of false narratives. Like she said, when it comes to the holiday blues, there are a lot of sources of it. We talked about postpartum. We talked about all the ways in which this life can be very difficult and challenging. Relationships are one of them. we can't forgo any of it. We can't forgo any of it. And sometimes we don't know that it's become this heavy for us. So if it has become that heavy for you, guys, there are resources. There are people that love us. There are people that we don't even know that will, we can reach out to and that will listen to us. There are formal avenues for help. Therapy is good. Talking to a licensed clinical social worker or a therapist, psychologist, or whoever can help us a great deal to process these traumas and what we call these the residue, the scabs of the many years of living. We can't help but to live, but what it imprints on us sometimes can be mentally, spiritually, emotionally our undoing. And when we're ready for it, as she said so eloquently, I saw the homeostasis definition. Who dropped the homeostasis definition? Our bodies want to be, our minds want to be, our spirits want to be where it is comfortable, where it is level, where it's normally balanced. And help me, oh God, to raise the level at which my body feels at a homeostasis. So that when I'm high, when we're coming back low, we're not coming back all the way low. We're not coming back below our rightful place, right? Mentally speaking, spiritually speaking, emotionally speaking. There's so much that we can do here, yay, YouTube, and that we can do next on Patreon, yay, December 15th, so that we can work on these muscles, right? Some of us never learned these tools ever. How to argue healthy in a healthy way, right? How to express one's emotions well, how to identify one's emotions instead of just saying, I'm happy, I'm sad. Well, what are you really feeling? So that we can pass it on to our kids and others that we love so that they too now have the words and the vocabulary and the tools to now say, oh, okay, there are ways in which I can improve my thinking, my emotional state, my heart state, right? So that I become a better person and I interact in a much more productive way with those around me. My husband, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my wife, my family, my kids, whoever. This is what we're doing. You want to build a Black community? Let's start with Black mental health. Let's start with Black emotional health. Let's start with tools for healing. That way, when we get in these family units, hopefully one day, oh God, we'll actually be able to help them be successful. I realize a lot of times we were trying to like put the cart before the horse. Our husbands can't heal us. Our wives can't heal, even though sometimes we do. I'm not going to say all the way because sometimes they do help you to process some of the most sensitive topics that you'd never ever reveal to anybody else. I'll take that back. But I don't think they should be doing all the heavy lifting and all the work by the time you meet them. You should have done some of your own homework. Hello, somebody. Let me read these comments. Thank you, RM. Thank you so much again, Trish, for that. Appreciate it. All right, Urban Lady. Thanks for coming through. It seems like y'all rather digest like me the material. Nobody wants to come on up. Last call. Thank you. Yes, you have work to do too. Thank you. I do. Yes, Lovely said you are never wrong. Whatever your true focuses are good or bad. Right. Amen to that, sis. Whatever you focus on, good or bad, is what's going to happen. It's amazing how the laws, the celestial, divine, I don't know what you call it, cosmic, whatever laws of the universe, they don't change. Whether you believe in God or not, they don't change. So, yes, I agree with that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Got to get your minds back right from time to time. This is true. That's what we're here for. Right from the beginning, TWP. I hope you get something out of it. Thank you. Y'all hit the like button. I want to get at least 100 likes. Come on now. It's the holidays. Thanks. Yes. Appreciate you. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Oh, what are some of my routines to keep me in good spirits? Thank you for that question, Sunbreeze. I'll address that. Learning to work together. If two or more come together. Thank you. In my name, all things are possible. I see you, RCC72, with your good word. Thank you. Thank you. I agree with this 100%. Seeing a therapist would help us immensely. Girl, you can talk for all of Florida. Let me tell you, we got some interesting people. You ever heard of the Florida man? We have it all down here, but appreciate you. Thank you. Patreon launching December 15th. Thank you for the reminder, Mindful Me. We're going to make it fun. We're going to make it interesting. And I'll allow you to help me pick the topics. I pick the topics here, but I think it'll be interesting for me to find out from you guys what it is you guys want me to address so I can get the proper expert and we can kind of do some exercises around that and hopefully experience some growth together. I love you, love you, love you. Thank you. Yes, Doug. Shout out to RM. RM is on it. I'm looking in the comments. I'm like, she is on it. Thank you to all of my moderators before they get jealous. RM, thank you. Thank you to Gaston's World as well. And Gail at night. I don't know if she was able to pop in today. I know she does like 10,000 people's moderating, but thank you, Gail. Thank you, Gaston's World. And thank you most definitely, RM. Thank you. Y'all can follow me on Instagram. She put up my Instagram, Suzette Speaks. You can also follow me on Facebook if you're on Facebook. But yeah, so if you want to DM me a topic or below any of my posts, say, hey, what about this as a topic? Let me know. And I'll see if I can find an appropriate way to incorporate it in some of the things that I'm doing. Again, the big news is if you like what you're seeing, and if you like the work we're doing, we're going to be on Patreon very soon. I'm appreciative of all the support already. You guys know it. But if you want to go, like I said, another level, exclusive content that will go like test you, like what she ended on right there. If we was on Patreon, no, we're gonna have to dig because there's so much more. I had more questions for her, but I know we're looking at our time commitment too. So you asked me, some Breeze, what helps me stay in good spirits. I would add to what she just said, routine. You asked me what is my routine, but routine period I think adds to a sense of calm for me. Definitely exercise is huge. I won't even lie. Since Thanksgiving, I have not drank no green drink. I was on it before Thanksgiving where I was trying to, I realized I don't love vegetables, or I eat vegetables. Let me not put that out there, but I was having a hard time like enjoying them. So I heard Eric Thomas say on a show, if you can't eat your vegetables, drink them. So one thing that was helping me, I think, mind and body, was knowing that I was getting good nutrition and nutrients through a green drink, which is like a majority vegetable smoothie, not really a lot of fruit, like celery, kale, spinach, maybe a green apple, a little ginger, a little lemon, and sometimes parsley in that thing, a little tanginess. So I always like, when I feel like I'm treating my body right, my mental goes up. So definitely an hour of exercise, definitely something nutritious in the morning after exercise is a part of me just staying peace and whole. I had to, during Thanksgiving, I was like, who commented that they unplugged for like a whole 3 to 4 days? I had to unplug a little bit, y'all. I missed you, but I had to unplug. I was trying to read every message. I was trying to read every email. I was trying to do all that. It can throw off your mind totally when you try to, be there for everybody all the time. So unplugging is a very big way. I'm learning. I'm not going to say I'm perfect at it. Y'all, some of y'all going to be mad at me because I'm not going to answer your DMs anymore. I'm so sorry. If it ain't business, no, nope. And I think that's why I also need to add a layer on the Patreon. So when I am talking to people, they realize this is like more of like business related in terms of this is my work, right? I'm taking away from my law work to do this work. I consider it work. So as much as I want to see people empowered, I realized, just like TLA, this can be a wonderful way to give back and also receive in a way. So you're doing work and it kind of comes back to you. It's like a ebb and a flow. So I'm passionate about it, but I also know it can like drain you when you're trying to help people in this type of way. Ooh, I've learned that in real life. Now on YouTube, that's why I think the Patreon is the best way. Yeah, that's what you say, Ari. I'm sorry, not sorry. Stop DMing me. No, I don't mean that, but I mean that in a way. Like, that's why I need to set up the Patreon so I can be like, hey, hit me up on Patreon. So we understand, as friendly as I am and as open as my door is, for me, just like anybody else, time is money. And we have to be conscious of it and not, not afraid to say, I value what I'm doing. There is a value to this, whether I'm just helping you because it's in my heart to talk to you today, but there's a value to this. And just like anything else, you should place value in it if it means, you're getting something out of it as well, right? So I'm going to switch. I think I have to put that in place so that I have my own balance. Yes, thank you, RM. You know it. And making sure I balance my online time. I get out of whack. That's me reading messages till midnight, scrolling and trying to figure out what people, when did they send this? What am I sending back? Is this something I should be responding to? Yeah, no. Tell him, Gaston's World. Tell him again. Gaston's World said, nah, seriously, though. Don't be down with the DM. Shoot your shot. Put it in the super chat. You already know. You already know. Don't be DMing me, yo. I can't be reading your 10 DMs. Like, I have like this Thanksgiving, I got so many nice messages. I'm not going to lie. But I didn't even respond to them because I'm like, bro, I got my family in my face, family who I have not seen that I need to enjoy in this moment. The kids and all of, the old folks and everybody I had to enjoy in this moment. I have to put down this phone and I have to be in this moment. This is where, real life happens, both online and in real life. But you got to understand the preciousness of that based on what we've been through this last couple of years. So I was just very conscious of that. That helped me a lot. Taking a true breather. I did get to go out a little bit. I like to dance. I told you that already. So if it's in my living room or at the club a little bit, just I don't go out every weekend or anything like that. But mostly South Florida is more so like a big holiday type party. Like, I mean, there's people, yeah, talking about who's guilty. Yes, absolutely. Family time rules. You know it. Everybody has to unplug. Hey, Melissa, we wrapping up here, darling. I'm just talking about a question that Sunbreeze asked, which was, how do you maintain, your happiness and your homeostasis inside when it comes to, the pressures? Like, again, YouTube is like another added layer of already, what you have going on in your life. So I was like, okay, I got to think about this. This is a commitment. How am I going to do it so I can do it in balance, right? Where it's not overrunning or making me more stressed out. That's what it's not going to do. I'll stop it before I make it do that. But you always have to just kind of like test the waters. Okay, let me see if people are really interested in that. If y'all not interested in it, we ain't gonna do it, right? So I'm just, testing the waters. What do people want? What do people do? How can I get also more value to you, right? As kind of we're in kind of like a reciprocal relationship, so to speak. So I'm providing what the creatives say, the ideas, the forum, the guests, the people who can hopefully bring a word. That's really what my joy is. And I can do it in such a big way here, which is amazing. Instead of going to lunch and trying to like mentor like one person, I can mentor thousands. That's why I'm so excited. I count it a privilege. Don't get me wrong. I count it a privilege because I'm thinking about this like, golly, this could be huge. This could be very huge. And you can reach, you can sit and eat with one, but you can reach thousands literally here. And with some good, stuff, with some good material, some good content. So yeah, I do the timeouts. I'm a big walk in the park person. When I do feel stressed, I got to go for a walk. I got to go outside, maybe kind of runish for now. I can probably run right now. I think I'm in a good enough shape to run right now. But probably would walk first. I lift weights. I brought a set of kettlebells. I have like 10, 15s, 20s. And I think I'm going to get a bar, like the heavy 45 bar. We're gonna go heavier. We'll see how this goes. I bought it anyway. I bought it with a Cash App already, so I bought a couple of those. I did buy a new background. It just hasn't gone up yet. Thank you to those who have been supporting. I want to buy a Rodecaster. I want to buy the noise machine. I want to buy a second monitor. Oh, you ain't ready. You ain't ready. When the gun show is in full effect, give me about a few months. Give me a few. But I know when I sweat, that's a de-stressor for me. Here you go. Talk about Jamaica stay running. You know what, guys? You know what? But it's for clearing your mind. I haven't gone back to the gym. People like, get back to the gym. Go do group fitness. I'm still a little bit leery of the virus and whatnot. And now we have, the O variant. So yes, you know how I go getting that food. Don't tell it all, Aaron. We get it. But I feel good. It's always that part of when you're getting in shape where you cross that threshold where you're like, it's not like a, it's not like torture. There's all of a sudden that switch when you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I can, what did you say? What at that age? What you saying? Hold on, we give them a run. Yes, Andrew, we do. What you said, but Suzette, at that age you are at now, do you want to have a man that appreciates you in your alone time? Well, all of my business, Antoine. I do. Yes, that is. Can we get, you get in my business? Thank you though. But yeah, that I don't know if it's related. No, I'm not, Kim. No, I'm not. Y'all don't. Y'all see. This is a whole nother conversation. This is a whole nother conversation. I'm not going down the rabbit hole. I kind of want to address Antoine, but I'm gonna leave it there because I do think everything in its due time, everything in its due season. But yeah, we're working towards making ourselves better. As I heard one gentleman say, he wants to be a gift to his wife. I do think I want to be a gift to someone else mentally, spiritually, and of course they say physically and all that. But yeah, I think, mental health parts of me are just the parts I really need to hone, because I think life gets complex when you're in relationships, when you're living with somebody. That's when you really need that the mental health, skills and those muscles, emotional health muscles to kick in, because that's life is messy. Life is complex. People are imperfect. As Vernice was saying, that person might do something to even hurt you, but they still love you. But it's love is what you believe. I thought that was a very deep point. I got to go back and rewatch that, y'all. When she talked about the difference between love and marriage, it was very deep. I was like, whoa, following, but I got to digest a little bit more. But guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys will watch tomorrow. Big show coming up. I have Miss Shalita Hunter. We're going to talk about women with big dreams and a small budget. But again, it can be applied all across the board. She's just going to talk about it from her perspective as someone who struggled in school, dropped out, someone who struggled all kinds of ways, and how she was able to make her dreams yet and still come true. And after speaking with her, I was like, yeah, you got to come on. You have a very compelling story that I think will empower and inspire and uplift. So I can't wait for y'all. Same time tomorrow, 3:05. You know what it is. And again, I can't wait to join with so many of you on Patreon once we get that started. So thanks for your support. One more time, hit that like button. Sorry if I yell every now and then because I get kind of excited. Thank you guys for your support. Once again, my special guest today was Miss Vernice K. Bell. She has a conference coming up this weekend. In fact, if you're needing some of that pump up that she was just given and some of those words of wisdoms, pearls of wisdom that she was just sharing, her name, all of her contact has been throughout the chat. Thank you guys, my moderators. And it's in the description. I think I didn't drink enough water today. I'm like tongue tied. My mouth is a little dry, but I appreciate y'all showing love on the Cash App. Thank you for my super chatters today. You guys are incredible. Thank you for being a part of this YouTube journey with me as I build, as I see where this thing can go with you and your help. So I appreciate you. There's the Cash App for those who feel led. I feel like a church. Have a great evening. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great evening. Love y'all. Sending y'all lots of love and light. Appreciate you watching. And thank you for your support. Hit the like button. You know what to do. Hit the like button. I'll see y'all tomorrow for our next stream. All right. Thanks for watching. Take care, y'all. Bye.